Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faith, and today guys I'll be checking out Michael Knowles as he reacts to even more Fat-Phobia TikToks. You guys, I'm super excited for this. This is my first time of ever reacting to Michael Knowles, and without much ado, let's see what Michael Knowles has for us in this video.
What the is this piece of shit?
Hey everybody, Michael Knowles here, your hulking Adonis and cultural maven. I've been asked to examine the curse, the plague of Fat-Phobia. Take it away.
People on this app don't like to talk about it, or at least lots of people don't like to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it today, okay? If you're scared of being fat, you're fat-phobic. It's in the f***ing definition. I'm sorry to tell you. Just kidding. I'm not f***ing sorry.
Put a pause there. So it's not in the definition. Right? The definition of a phobia is an irrational fear.
Why are you afraid of fat people? Why don't you like it? Honestly, ask yourself this question.
But she just said if you're afraid of fat, I don't know anyone who's afraid of fat people, but that wouldn't be the definition. You might be reasonably afraid of a fat person. Like a really big fat sumo wrestler who could maybe just fall down on top of you and crush all the air out of you. That would be a rational fear that you, there'd be nothing phobic or irrational about it. Keep going.
The first, 20 years of my life, my biggest f***ing fear was gaining weight. I spent so many years of my life freaking out over, gaining weight or not fitting in the same pair of pants or whatever. And anytime I would try and work out to be healthy, it was always because I wanted to lose weight. Weight loss culture, ED culture, diet culture, all of it is rooted in fat phobia.
Like impotence?
Because our country is rooted in fat phobia.
Yeah, back when she used to go to the gym and watch what she ate and work out and everything, that was back, she was doing that to lose weight. But now that she doesn't want to lose weight and she is now an anti-fat phobia activist, look how happy she is. Doesn't she seem well-adjusted? Isn't she thriving and living her best life? Thank goodness she gave up on that. I love too, she says America is rooted in fat phobia.
I think I can smell shite.
Like it's not rooted in truth, justice, and the American way. It's not rooted in liberty, equality. No, specifically fat phobia.
Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
That's the root of our country, according to these scholars and activists. Next one.
Should we be worried about his health problems? Now this guy is definitely someone whose BMI scale reads obese. Should we worry about his health? Is he going to have a heart attack? I'm sure if
maybe
people lost some weight, they would be much healthier, be much better at the sports they compete in, and have much happier lives. Don't you agree? Fatness is not inherently unhealthy. Also, fat people don't owe you health.
Two things, okay? Shut up.
So first she points to people who are extremely muscular. And she says, see, these people are large, just like fat people are large, but they're not large in the same way because muscle and fat are different.
Oh my God. I get it.
Then she says, look, fat people aren't unhealthy, which is just a non sequitur. She doesn't provide any evidence for that. And then she says, and also fat people don't owe you health. Well, okay, you just gave away the game. It's like when people say,
the border wall is cruel and evil and inhumane, and border walls don't work.
well, hold on. If it's cruel and evil and inhumane, it sounds like it probably works. It sounds like they stop the people from coming over and make it harder to. But if it doesn't work, then it has a cruel and evil and inhumane. It's not. You're making two contradictory arguments, or arguments that at least subtly undermine one another, because you know that neither argument on its own really stands up to scrutiny. Keep going.
Also, weight stigma against fat people in medicine hurts thin people too. Even in my comments section, there were people telling stories about how they've been neglected for diabetes testing because they weren't fat enough to have diabetes. The first time I was told I was obese was by the Wii Fit when I was 14. And I did not have a healthy relationship with my body until I was at least 24. The world's biggest killer is anorexia. Think about why that is.
I don't think the world's biggest killer is anorexia.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones.
I think it's probably heart disease. And I mean, anorexia is a really horrible thing, obviously. But I think it's probably pretty low on the list. I think it's pretty far way down. So I'm going to think about that.
If you do not date fat people because you just happen to view fatness as neutral but not be particularly attracted to it, fine. That's a preference. If you don't date fat people because you think being fat means that they are gross, lazy, live an unhealthy lifestyle, or are embarrassing to be seen with in public, that's fat-phobic. But to insist your preference is for people who aren't lazy, sloppy, and disgusting and unhealthy, meaning that means you prefer skinny people because all fat people are those other things, that's actually bigoted. That's actually deciding that one group is all the same because of how they look. Hope that makes sense. Have a good day.
It doesn't quite make sense. I mean, I don't pass these judgments on people when I see them, and there are all sorts of explanations for how people got to be the way that they are. But let's not take that to such an extreme that we're now severing the line between actions and physical consequences, behavior and habits and lifestyles, and the way that you look. You'll see it. If you go out and abuse drugs for 20 years, you're going to look like Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden was a pretty good looking guy back in the day, and he's not a good looking guy anymore because he's destroyed his body through extremely degenerate behavior. If you're going to the gym every day and you're going to church and you're eating well and you're living a wholesome lifestyle, you're probably going to see that reflected in how your looks change over time. There is a link between those two things. I'll use my own example. I understand I am an Adonis, and I understand that I am a sex symbol, both here in the United States and internationally. But I'm willing to admit something, which is that I do not go to the gym. It's just not something I do. You know, I don't think it really matters. And then some of us just wake up like this. But if I went to the gym, I would have bigger muscles. And you would see those bigger muscles. And somebody walking down the street would look over at me and say, wow, that guy, you know, he's probably pretty motivated and he goes out to the gym and he works really hard at that. And that's admirable and virtuous. And I think that's great.
Oh, what a beautiful day. How was your workout today? Did you crush it?
If somebody is morbidly obese, they probably have a problem with gluttony. And we all sin and fall short of the glory of God, but that's a problem. And if you want to grow in virtue, then you should probably stop that. You know, you should put the cupcake down.
Oh, these cookies! I gotta get the recipe from Les.
Put that cookie down now!
That's true. We can draw those conclusions. It's natural. It's reasonable. I hope you found that lesson educational, and if you didn't like it coming from a skinny boy such as me, that would be an example of your mesolentophobia, the fear of skinny boys, just like me. See you next time.
This was so funny, and I love the funny memes he used here and there just to illustrate his point. I really enjoy reacting to this video, and there's nothing as being happy with yourself when you are fat. There is no one person that I know that is fat that is not always looking for remedy on how to get slim. There is no one fat person that I have met that is not constantly reminded about how fat they are or how uncomfortable they are in their body. These people are just making this TikTok to feel happy within themselves, because these people are truly lazy and they don't want to work on getting their desired body goals, but instead they keep ranting about how happy they are in their body, in the shape they are. There is no headiness in being fat. Instead, fat can actually weigh you down in one way or the other. You guys throw more light on this topic, because this is a very interesting one. Are people really happy in their body shape? I haven't seen one fat person who is so content with their body image, but instead they are constantly raving about how to lose their body weight. Let me know what you guys think about this. I really had fun reacting to Michael Knowles. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.